Hi, everyone. I'm Kara Sundlin. Let's take a look at what was happening in Connecticut today in history. 1 year ago, on January 7, 2021, there was concern about the emergence of a second strain of the coronavirus. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell has the story.
This chart shows who can get the COVID vaccine next. What's new is this orange graphic. Residents of congregate settings include people in prisons, group homes, and inpatient care facilities. But the commissioner of the Department of Public Health says more could be added.
I do anticipate some potentially narrow expansions of Group 1B.
Combine all these industries, and that's 800,000 Connecticut residents already represented here.
The sentiment expressed was that they didn't want to expand the group so large that it would make it difficult for those very high-risk individuals to get access.
We as a state are not shying away from the vaccine. In fact, officials say Connecticut leads the nation in vaccinations for states with a population of more than 2 million.
We're getting the doses out where they can most quickly be administered to a wide variety of providers. We're getting them to the people in phase 1A. We're moving through those populations. We're planning for the next phase.
The press to get vaccinated continues tonight because 2 cases of the UK strain have been confirmed in New Haven County.
The vaccine should still remain effective because it's designed against the entire protein, not just a small part of it.
Dr. Tara Alpert from Yale New Haven is doing the tests on these strains, and she says it's more contagious, but we don't need to be overly concerned because studies have shown it's not more deadly.
The same precautionary measures that protect you from every other variant of SARS-CoV-2 will protect you against this strain as well.
5 years ago, a 20-vehicle pileup in Middletown caused millions of dollars worth of damage on Interstate 91. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Suzanne reported that story.
This one was sideways into the wired guardrail.
Jason Hickton shows us around his garden of mangled metal.
These are all total loss.
But the scary thing about this tour of Bishop Automotive's junkyard is that all of the cars you see have one thing in common.
This was another car involved.
They were all in the same chaotic collision.
It was mostly like a domino effect up there.
This afternoon, more than 20 vehicles were involved in a massive pileup on I-91 South in Middletown.
It looked like something from like a movie.
Jason was the first wrecker driver on the scene.
Jaw dropped, my heart was beating.
Jason and a team of other tow truck drivers worked for 5 hours straight to clear the highway. It was backbreaking labor, and Jason was filled with dread the entire time.
It was scary because, like, you know, your first thing you think is, you know, did anybody get seriously hurt?
Incredibly, though, none of the victims suffered serious injuries. But back at Bishop's,
the trailer was inside the car.
Every dent is an indelible memory.
This was one that was on the side of the tanker.
Even though the wreck means major money for Jason, he can't help but feel angry about it.
Everybody gets in a rush.
He believes excessive speed and dangerous conditions caused the crashes. He has a sinking feeling that despite all the warnings, some people will never learn.
You got, 21 cars involved, 3 tractor-trailer trucks, all for what? Because people want to go crazy.
And 10 years ago today, it was the 2012 Republican presidential primary debate. Channel 3's Danielle Nottingham had that story.
On the issue of records,
the GOP candidate showed up ready to spar. For the first time, Rick Santorum shared center stage, getting more airtime and attacks.
you're a big spender. That's all there is to it. You're a big government conservative.
You vote against everything. I don't vote against everything. I do vote for some spending.
Santorum and Ron Paul went head-to-head over the debt, and sparks flew when Paul, a veteran, and Newt Gingrich, the son of one, clashed over sending Americans to war.
And I personally resent the kind of comments and aspersions he routinely makes without accurate information.
When I was drafting, I was married and had 2 kids, and I went.
Frontrunner Mitt Romney worked to stay above the fray and focused on President Obama.
We have a president who had no experience in leadership. He never led a business, never led a city.
This is the 14th time the GOP candidates have shared a stage. Several have seen poll numbers dramatically rise and fall based on previous debate performances. John Huntsman is running out of time to make an impression on New Hampshire voters.
I think I understand better than anyone on this stage the complex national security implications that we will face going forward.
Rick Perry isn't banking on New Hampshire, but he's trying to reach Republicans in South Carolina.
Because I happen to think that I'm the only outsider, with the possible exception of John Huntsman.
The candidates will go another round Sunday morning for one more debate before Tuesday's primary. Danielle Nottingham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
That's a look at today in Connecticut history.